James cleverly wanted to stay at the Foreign Office but now finds himself the focal point of a Tory civil war raging around small boats and Rwanda. The normally jovial James Cleverly is not a happy. This can be explained quite simply, or as one of his allies put it in the most exasperated terms, he has had 14 days in the job. How is he supposed to have already done what could not be done in the previous 14 months? By which the sally means stop the boats and also possibly get the deportation flights to Rwanda in the air. To unpack the genuine frustration within this statement, we need to roll back a couple of weeks. Just 2 weeks ago, Cleverly woke up as Foreign Secretary, a job he had thrived in and thoroughly enjoyed, got a call from the Prime Minister to pop into Downing Street and ended the morning as the new Home Secretary. In taking the job, he replaced the darling of many on the right of the party, Suella Braverman, who was unceremoniously sacked by Rishi Sunak. That sacking alone caused an eruption on the right of the party, who saw it as a declaration of war, and has led to intense speculation over whether Sunak can even survive until the next election. When it happened, old hands like former Boris Johnson ally Nadine Dorries claimed that the change of job had been an attempt to ruin Cleverly's reputation and stop him becoming leader one day. People laughed. But as Nigel Farage famously once said, they're not laughing now. In what one ally described as 14 days of hell, Mr. Cleverly has discovered that he has not only inherited the most difficult policy brief in government at the most under fire department, but has found himself plunged into the nexus of the Tory civil war. It is not like things have been quite on other fronts, as the Shush * Gate Row proved. He also had to deal with the increasingly problematic anti-Israel marches involving glorification of Hamas terrorism and open anti-Semitism, which the Metropolitan Police appeared to be reluctant to take firm action against. But it was the Supreme Court decision on blocking the Rwanda deportation flights which has riled most Tory MPs. From the first day, MPs on the right took note that Cleverly is opposed to leaving the European Convention of Human Rights, ECHR. This is now a touchstone issue on taking back control of Britain's borders, with the Strasbourg-based court active in blocking the Rwanda scheme. But then question marks were raised about whether Cleverly believed in the Rwanda scheme or deportation flights at all for that. His interview over the weekend in The Times, a media outlet not known for supporting immigration control, alarmed many Tory MPs even further. In it, he repeated his opposition to leaving the ECHR, and more worryingly urged people not to be fixated on Rwanda. Instead of calming the horses on a difficult subject, the interview led to 72 hours of non-stop calls to Cleverly and his aides from media and MPs demanding to know what was going on. Then by Monday morning, Cleverly was hit by a pincer movement of briefings. Allies of Ms. Braverman suggested that it was Cleverly who blocked alternative countries, Rwanda like Bolivia, as deportation destination. It was pointed out that illegal immigration numbers to the UK are down 1/3 now, not least thanks to the returns agreements with other countries facilitated by Cleverly when he was running the Foreign Office. It was also asked what Ms. Braverman had done in 14 months. How can Cleverly be blamed for all this after 14 days?